talk back, you in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy sports and politics. Fantasy sports and politics. Fantasy sports and politics. Fantasy sports and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your...
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
Welcome to Fantasy Sports Politics. It's me. It's Mr. FSP, doing what I do for you all day, every day. Sorry for the slight delay. Had a couple things I had to take care of. One of which is I was waiting on my co-host. Maybe he showed up and then he didn't see me and he bounced. I don't know. But I got my left hand since my right hand ain't here. My left hand happens to be from the West Coast as well. I'm going to bring him up. Q, how you feeling?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, sir?
I'm living. Don't know if the older gentleman is coming today or not. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put something in it. Oh my God, he hears me. What's the subject matter? NFL signings, bro. We know his birthday is tomorrow. We also know that the horses are racing today. So if the horses are out to play, JT might not show up to do anything on the show. We don't know. But with that being said, Q, there he is right there. I'm going to bring him in. We're going to give him a pre-happy birthday to you, Mr. Taylor. Since tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo, is your birthday, you are like 90, and you're going to be enjoying the horses today, I take it.
Happy early birthday, Mr. Jerry.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Yes, I will. I have it all right here written down on my little envelope, and I will be playing it shortly.
Well, here's what we're going to do.
Yes, sir.
In honor of your birthday,
yes, sir,
we're going to start off with your horses.
Okay.
I know you want to talk about the horses. Then we're going to talk about the other stallions in the NFL, and we're going to finish up with the NBA. Okay. So,
hold on a minute.
Well, do you think I can say this? I've been keeping up a little bit with the horses and the what do you call it? Not the favorite. Geez, I don't know why I can't think of that word. The favorite might get scratched. And
hey, anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Well, I heard that there was an issue with the horse. But then another interesting factor, at least for me, maybe for you, also Q, is that the favorite horse is ridden by a black jockey.
Okay. And what's the problem with that?
Historically, well, I'm getting to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Historically, from what I saw on ESPN,
okay,
with their piece, that's really something that has not happened in a long time, that there are, black jockeys, and much less a favorite horse in the Derby or any event is a black jockey. They mentioned some of the derogatory derogatory things that were said about them.
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that by owners and things of that nature. But go ahead, talk to us a little bit about these horses, because I know Q may have a horse in the fight But blunt.
Okay, let me just give you a little short history. Back in the 30s, 20s, that wasn't a. I appreciate it. That wasn't a rarity. Okay, because a lot of the jockeys were black. Now, just like a lot of things changed, when according to race, other jockeys from other ethnicities jumped into the fray and became the majority. And you talked about the jockey called Craig Perret. He's white. Pat Day, he's white. There's a lot of other white jockeys, and there's a lot of Hispanic jockeys. Okay, so the most popular jockey and the most, I would say, the jockey who's been the hot commodity has been a Hispanic. So right now there's a huge mixture of Hispanic and white jockeys with a small amount in the big races of African Americans. African American jockeys, for the most part, are in these smaller grade tracks running lot cheaper horses. So if it's, and I'm not keeping up. I don't know if is an African American jockey or whatever amount they are. It's in these type of races. It is a rarity. Let me put it that way, because, well, as we all know, there's always race, and not to just say it's a race, but it's always race. And if you have a $1 million horse or so, some of these owners are old school. I'll put it that way. Some of these owners are old school, and just like I'll refer to like the NFL, are you going to trust your franchise back in the day to a black quarterback? In this phrase, a black jockey, or are you going to go the way of that you feel supposedly safe with? So with a jockey that's of not the African American descent. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real, and that's in a nutshell. Back in the day, early 2030s, black jockeys were a lot. There was a lot of black jockeys. Okay, now they're few and far between, even in the cheaper races, and just like I said, in the high stakes races, they're a rarity. You got to be really, just like you got to be exceptional. You got to be the most outstanding one that sticks out to get a shot. That's what I got to say.
Okay. Q, you got anything to say about the jockeys or anything before we let JT tell us who he feels will win the Kentucky Derby?
The only thing I got to say about horse racing that I know is that they're fast.
Really? Is that about it?
Hey, I don't know one thing about horses or anything, bro. I just know that they run fast. Phew, and that's it.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. I've never been to a race. I got the Santa Anita racetrack that's only like 10 miles away from here. And they have a lot. I know they have a lot of big races and stuff and everything, but that's never been my cup of tea. So,
okay.
Real quick, JT, before you say anything, Q, are you close to where they shoot The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal and all that?
I'm like 2 miles away from where they shoot The Price is Right.
Really,
dude? Hey,
2 miles.
Hey, stay on after the show. I got to talk to you about something.
I live 2 miles from there, and then my job is like 6 blocks from there.
Okay, well, stay on so we can talk. All right, Q. Thank you very much, JT. The floor is yours to briefly talk about horse racing before we get to the NFL. But transition horse racing to the NFL, please.
I've analyzed this over and over again, and this is probably one of the most difficult Kentucky Derbies because the fact is 3-year-olds are very hard to gauge. Okay, you have 2-year-olds that race, and the best 2-year-old, quite naturally, transition to be eligible when they turn 3 as a colt. Colts. Okay, these are colts. These are males. Okay, not females. These are males. To be Kentucky Derby contenders. They're up and down. They peak at different times. Now, quite naturally, these trainers take horses, and the Kentucky Derby. Let me put it this way: the road to the Kentucky Derby starts right as the first of the year. Big races in the Kentucky Derby are in Arkansas, Oaklawn Park, which is the Rebel, the Oaklawn Handicap, and Gulfstream Park, which is in Florida, is the Fountain of Youth. And all these different prep races, regardless of where they come from, the Aqueduct, which is in New York, prepare these horses to be at their peak. These trainers are skilled trainers, the world-class trainers. All these trainers are world-class. Sometimes you have some small trainers coming into this. I think 2 or 3 years ago, a small-time trainer shocked the world with a 50-to-1 shot. That doesn't happen that often. Now, it was raining. The track was sloppy yesterday. Quite naturally, it's not raining now. But I think the horses I like in this race, I like 3 horses. I can't pick between the 3 horses. And to tell you the truth, I think I'm going to play all 3 horses in some type of combination behind a group of horses, because all you need is one of those win horses. Normally, the Kentucky Derby pays a lot because wherever the favorite or semi-favorite, there's always a lot of horses that are 22-to-1. That means you put $2 in, you get if it's a $22 horse, you pay $2 in, you get 44 back. Okay, if the horse wins. If it's a 5-to-1, you play $2 in, you get $12 back. You get your the $2 investment plus you get $10 because the 5-to-1 times 2 is 10. Okay. But then you add your $2, which is $12. Okay. If 4-to-1, you get $8 plus you get your $2 back, which is $10. Okay. Most of the time, if the favorite wins, you're going to get horses trying to get in the money, which is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even 5th and 6th. They have some percentage of the money. This is a $5 million race. The winner gets 60% of that race, and the jockey normally gets 10% of that 60%. Okay? So with that being said, I like 3 horses in this race. The number 2, which is 5-to-1. Good price. That's a really good price. The number 8, which is 10-to-1. That's a really good price too. And the number 17. And speaking of those races, in the Fountain of Youth, this other horse, the number 17 horse, which is Fierceness, won that race by 17 lengths. 17 lengths is the length of a horse. Okay. So if you win by 17 lengths, you win by going away. So he's a soft favorite at 7-to-2, which is a $9 horse. That's not a really solid favorite. Solid favorite would be 2-to-1 and below. 2-to-1, even money, 3-to-5, 4-to-5. 7-to-2 is not a really solid favorite. That means if you take those 3 horses and put them on top and put a bunch of horses under them for a trifecta, that trifecta is this: horse that wins the race and a horse that wins 2nd and 3rd. If you can get the horse that wins the race and 2nd and 3rd, and 2nd and 3rd is long shots like a 10-to-1 or a 20-to-1 or a 40-to-1, you can win a nice piece of change. Usually in these big races, on big days like this is the first of the Triple Crown. You got Kentucky Derby, which is in Churchill Downs in Kentucky. You got the Preakness, which is in Baltimore, Maryland. and you have the Belmont, which is in at Belmont Track, which is in New York. That's the Triple Crown. Okay, not too many horses win the Triple Crown. There's usually one that wins the Kentucky Derby. He's peaking at that right time. Another wins the Preakness. Preakness is a strictly speed race. And the Belmont. Preakness is 1 mile and 3/16. The Churchill Downs, which is Kentucky Derby, is 1.25 miles. And the Belmont is the big one, 1.5 miles. 1.5 miles. So
we just lost Q. Go ahead.
So what I'm doing is this, okay? What I'm doing is this. I'm taking 3 horses and putting them on top, and taking those 3 horses and put them in for second and third, along with 6 other horses. Okay, I think that's going to equate to about $56, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just put this up here, and make this. Hold on, let me make this bet really quick.
Well, so it's 2 things I'm gonna say. First of all, I'd like to put a $10 bet on those same things you're doing, but do I have to have them in the exact order, or can I just list the 3 horses? That's the first question.
Well, you can play them win, place, and show whatever you like. You can play whatever you want with those horses. You can play them win, place, show.
Okay,
whatever you want. You don't have to.
I'll send you $10. You place those top 3 that you said. However, and just play it. Hopefully, something happens. Secondly, I noticed you said only colts are allowed to run. Why is that? Why aren't the mares, the female horses, competitors in the Kentucky Derby or horse racing? I thought there was.
No, wait a minute. Put it this way. Let me put it this way. Females have their own races. Females,
really?
And I can't think of the freaking. I can't believe I can't think of this. They had their race for the Kentucky. I think it's Kentucky Oaks, if I'm not mistaken.
But why is that? Why are they separating?
Well, the female
NBA, WNBA.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Basically, the females don't run against the female colts in these big races, and
That's true.
That's true. That's true. And they have their own races in all 3 of these races. So,
but I'm asking, why is that though? Q says
I just told you they don't run against that's just
it's the same thing. It's same gender, bro.
Yes.
The male horses are stronger and faster than the female horses.
Yes. So
I don't know these things.
No problem. They usually the females run a day before the big main race. So I named the Kentucky Derby. Kentucky Oaks ran yesterday with the females. Okay. In Maryland with Baltimore at the Pimlico racetrack, which is the Pimlico, which is the Preakness. Females run Friday before that, which is the Black Eyed Susan. Okay, that's the name of it.
That sounds racist.
Whatever. Come on, man. This
I mean, it did.
Okay. It's called the Black Eyed Susan. They run on Friday before the Preakness. And in Belmont, they run. I can't think of the freaking name. I can't believe.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was a question you guys answered. I mean,
they run the Friday before the Belmont. So the females have their own big race. The males have their own big race. And in the first Saturday in November, I think it's in November, is the Breeders' Cup, which is. All races are at least $1 million and up. I think the Breeders' Classic is, it's got to be $6 to $8 million the price.
Okay. Well, I just sent you $10. Win, place, and show.
Okay.
And Q, I need you to say this with me. You ready, Q?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's that?
1-800 Gamblers Anonymous. Because somebody had a well of information on the odds and everything.
And let me explain something to you,
Jerry. I want to get in. I want to get in on this too. I want to send you $10 too.
let me explain this something to you.
Hey, do a cash app. That's what I did.
I don't have that, bro.
Years back,
Send it
and
to me. I'll send it to him.
years back, on my birthday, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe it's on my birthday. The first time I went to the track is with my older sister. She took me to the track with my older sister. And I've been playing off and on. Okay, I've been playing off and on for over 30 years. Over 30 years, off and on.
Okay.
So,
Let me bring in the band from the Titanic.
okay. What I'm doing right now is hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
What the hell happened to my there it is. Okay.
I don't know, but we could hear you.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. It's that Gamblers Anonymous thing. He got some stuff going on.
He got all nervous.
Okay. With that being said, while you're placing your bet, JT, here's the thing, people.
Jerry, put $10 in for me. Well, I'll get you the cash right now somehow, some way.
I told you I'll send it for you, Q.
Yeah.
No, I know, but tell her to place it.
He can hear you. He's right there.
Jerry, place it for me. $10. Win, place, and draw. Whatever.
Wow.
It's not win, place, and draw. No, it's
win, place, and show.
Yeah, win, place, and show.
Something like that.
Yes.
Win, place, and show for who?
For the three you like.
Well, that's $4 a piece. Oh no, that's $6 a piece. That's
all right.
That's $18.
I'll send you $18.
Well, I'll send you $8 more because I sent you 10. I thought.
Yeah.
So you have to bet a certain amount?
No. Well, the minimum bet is $2.
Okay.
Minimum bet. You can't bet any less than that if you want to play win, place, and show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we send 10 a piece, that should cover it, right?
No. If you want going to play win, place, and show for 3 horses, 3 times 6 is what?
Oh, so you're doing different versions of it.
Like I said, if you want to play win, place, and show, every bet, a win bet is $2. A place show is the least amount is $2. The show bet, the least amount is $2. So for one horse, you place win, place, show. That's $6. You follow me?
I got you now.
Yeah, I got it, but I thought it was like one.
No, it's $6 for each horse.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. And that's just like the round robin we were talking about, Q.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I get it now. So how do I get them all on one ticket then, JT? Like you're doing.
What do you mean how you get on one ticket?
Like if I put all 3. Okay, I'm gonna send you another $8, right?
Yeah.
But then I want to play a ticket that has
here we go.
No, because you got to explain it to me. So I want to have those 3 horses and then like 2 other horses. So a total of 5 horses on one ticket, though. Like saying win, place, show, and then the next 2 levels.
You can't have that on one ticket.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No, let me put it this way. If you want to play win, place, show, hold on a minute. Let me put it this way. I'm going to go to the $2 and I'm going to go to win, place, show. Here we go. Okay. 2, 8, 17.
Well, I just sent you $8 more, so you owe me $1. That's your tip for placing it for me.
Hold on a minute. What the hell? Oh, I didn't do it. That's why. Okay. It's $18 for one horse.
No, for 3 horses, right?
I'm right. For 3 horses. I apologize. I'm looking at $18 and I know it's 3 horses because I got it right in front of me. So.
All right. Well, I just sent you my 18. If you need me to send you Q stuff, let me know and Q will get it to me. But
yeah, Jerry, have Vic send you my $18 too right now, and then I'll send it to Vic.
Okay.
With that being the case, I guess my question to you, Mr. Taylor,
Yes, sir.
is there are a lot of stallions or colts left out there in the wide receiver market. I guess you fell into the train of my boy in Buffalo after you done seen his zaniness, because it seems like you're liking him.
No.
I'm going to predict that he's going to be a top 5 or a top 3 fantasy wide receiver this year. Top 5, top like that.
Well, the reason I sent you that is because I know you liked him. That's why. I don't have to like him. I know you liked him. So I sent that clip to you to make you feel good. That's all.
To make me feel good.
I'm not. I still am not a believer. Now you can. We'll see. Going down to the season, I know he's going to get targeted, supposedly a lot, but this is going to be a run heavy team because that's how they finished the season, and it had the success with it. They're going to be more run heavy than most people think. Sure, they're going to give him a shot. I think he's going to disappoint. I think he's going to disappoint.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me put it this way.
Finish
I have my opinion, and you have yours.
That's what I said.
And I'm not the. I know they say he wins 50-50 balls, but the reason he wins 50-50 balls is because he can't separate. That's why he has to win 50-50 balls. He can't separate. So Tiger wish I could, whatever he says. It's okay. It's a nice catchphrase, but it's a nice catchphrase. That's all I can tell you. It's a nice catchphrase. And I'm putting this in for you right now. Hold on. Let me just do this.
Okay.
Because I'm doing a whole bunch of things here. And let me see. Okay. I got that. And let me put this in. All right. I just put yours in. Win, place, and show.
I'll send you his money once we get off.
And repeat the bet. And submit. Win, place, and show. Close. Let me do this. Make sure I got it sitting here. Hello? God, I keep on. What the heck's going on?
I hear you fine.
Yeah, I know you can hear me fine. I'm for whatever reason, I'm losing audio. Let me just see, make sure that these bets are in before I go any further. See all my bets. Hello. Damn, what the heck is going on? Anyway, what the heck is going on? I don't know. Okay. Where's my phone at? Where is my phone at?
I don't know.
Here it is. Wait a minute, just relax. Okay.
So
hold on.
Just send me a $18 request through PayPal for Q stuff. That way it won't take any extra change out of it. Because if I send it to you, because it's not a business, it's going to charge like 3.5%. But anyway, I wanted to bring up the issue of here are the studs or the Colts that I was going to talk about. Now, my question is DJ Chark and Claypool and Odell, thank you for sending that, signed contracts today or this week. But those were the underdogs, so to speak, like you're talking about in the horses. The main event dogs that I'm thinking are like, why haven't they been picked? And I'm going to ask, well, Q, hopefully you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. Tyler Boyd, Hunter Renfrow, Michael Thomas. I understand Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Zay Jones, I was surprised they cut him, but Zay Jones Jamal Agnew, and Sterling Shepard all remain out and not on anyone's lineup. Now, I get it. Tyler Boyd and Hunter Renfrow, in my opinion, are still damn good receivers. I don't understand why they're not getting picked up. Neither are injury prone. Both are reliable. Michael Thomas is the biggest play out of all of them, but his injury history. And Zay Jones has had the best seasons outside of Tyler Boyd out of all the ones I've named. Sterling Shepard, injury prone. I don't even recall Jamal Agnew, but these are the top dogs, veteran wide receivers that are still out while we have DJ Chark signing first, Odell Beckham Jr., and Chase Claypool. I don't get it. Talk to me, fellas. Because Chase Claypool went to the Bills.
Chase Claypool is hot garbage, man. He's hot. He's slow and he can't separate. That's what the problem with Chase Claypool. Plus I think this. The Miami Dolphins, just like all the other teams that got Chase Claypool from the other teams, think they can fix him. I think he's got a hard head. Let me put it that way.
I think that might be the case.
I think he's got a hard head and doesn't listen. And his ego gets in the way. And I think the other teams that had him, other than Pittsburgh, realized that. That's why he was available. And Miami decided to try to pick him up. I think he has the trouble in getting separation and not being able to be reliable enough with his hands to be a viable option in the passing offense. That's what I believe. I think he's not a quote unquote coachable player.
And I'll say my opinion. Q, what do you think about that list of wide receivers that I listed that are still out there on the market? But you've got Odell Bell. Good God, can I say his name? Odell Beckham Jr.
There you go.
Chase Claypool and DJ Chark signed to teams on multi-million dollar deals.
Well, in my opinion,
and your boy Hunter Renfrow is still out there.
I know, but in my opinion, I think the one thing that there's an abundance of is wide receivers, even coming out of college and everything. So I think a lot of these teams are trying to find wide receivers on the cheap, so they can get all these receivers that didn't get drafted in the draft to come out and stuff. And there's an abundance of them, and they're almost all the same. It's only like a handful of receivers that separate the way they separate. That's why they're stars. So I think that they're just trying to get younger and cheaper. That's my opinion.
Okay. Hopefully we get this $58.16. But I'm gonna say a little bit more. Well, that's how much our ticket pays if we hit.
How much?
$58.16.
That's cool. I'll take that.
But JT, I'm gonna send you something else to play, like the ticket you're gonna play. Just tell me how much I gotta send. Is that like a $30 thing or something?
1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh no! You bought it. Okay, Mr. Horse Pusher, Mr. Horse Pusher. But okay, so I would say this as far as the wide receivers go. And Q, you brought up a good point. There were so many quality receivers come out in the draft that these older players, more expensive players, probably aren't as valuable. But Hunter Renfrow is a guy that can still play at a high level along with Tyler Boyd and may be worth the security that some of these quarterbacks need. For instance, who's the veteran wide receiver in New York? It's what's my man? I can't even remember his daggone name. But he's not even that good. Hunter Renfrow would be better than Tyler Boyd would be better than him.
But they cost too much. They won't take a little smaller contract.
Well, they can't because there's a veteran minimum.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, the difference between them and a really good up and comer youngster is not that much. So I'm thinking they're gonna go try to save money.
Well, I think so too. JT's making the picks for me and for him. So
Unless you're like
I'm doing something else. I'm not.
unless you're like a superstar receiver, I don't think you have much weight in that room. You know what I'm saying?
what about Michael Thomas?
What
Can't
about
guard
him?
right.
He's old.
Yeah, but he's got that name and he's got the lineage behind him, but he also has the injury history behind him.
I know, but
He's still a beast.
like that guy's like he thinks he's still in his prime, so he doesn't want to take a pay cut.
Well, okay, so Odell Beckham was offered a lot more money than what he got from the Dolphins. But think about this. The Dolphins have a Chain, Morris at running back, Waddle, Tyreek, Odell, and freaking Wilson at receiver. They have speed to freaking burn. Claypool can be the possession guy. He don't need to be the deep threat. He can be the fat. Well, Claypool's in Buffalo, but that's amazing to me. How that team can find a way to add speed, stay within the salary cap, and draft the way they drafted. Now, they drafted a bunch of defensive linemen because both their starting defensive ends are out. Chubb and Phillips are out with Achilles injuries, suffered like 2 weeks apart, which is crazy, towards the end of the season. So these rookies are going to come in and play pretty hard.
I sent you what I'm playing.
Okay. But how much is this? Oh, I see. 50 cents?
Yeah, that's half of a half. Let me put it that way. Usually it's a $2 bet, but it's way too expensive for a $2 bet, so I make it half of a half, which is 50 cents.
So you got to pay that 63 to place that?
Yeah. That's up to you, man. I'm just
All right, I'm down.
Oh boy.
I'm down.
How much am I gonna win? That's all I want to know.
You only getting 58 off of the one.
That's good. I just put $58 in gas right now. I'll take it back.
Man, your truck only take $58?
Nah, my wife's car.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say I got a 33-gallon tank, bro. I'm suffering over here.
So Q, you have an $18 bet. I think Vic may have sent you what you got.
I didn't send it to him yet.
And Vic has an $18 bet, which is win, place, and show for 3 horses. And Vic wants to jump in on my bet, which is fine. And look, don't come at me if it doesn't come in.
Listen. I'm not. I'm also going to send you this by PayPal. But I'm just like you. Well, I've been to the races a few times, right? And I've done well maybe 2 or 3 times. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just said, okay, when they're doing their warm-ups, running down the track or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed who had some giddy up and who didn't. And the demeanor of the horse, that's how I placed my wagers back then. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have that much to play with, but I trust you, Jerry. Same way I trust Q. I really do. So, Anyway.
I just know that they run fast. That's it.
Yeah.
That's right. They do run fast, Q. You're right. And the
Yeah.
fastest one usually wins. The fastest one usually wins. And what happens is this, and you watch the Kentucky Derby, most of the time the horse that gets out there first doesn't win the race, because the longer the race, the difference is usually in a long race, a mile and a quarter, a mile and 16ths, a mile and 70, which are shorter races, other than the Kentucky Derby. You have a horse that goes out to the front, and the other horses lay back.
Pour them at the end. Yeah.
And then when they get to the top of the stretch, they should be, if they're any kind of horse, they should be in a position to pass whatever the lead horse is, because the lead horse, he's going to put out more speed, and for the most part, I'm not saying all the time, he's going to tire. And when he tires, the other horses, because they've laid back and haven't shot to the lead and shoot their shot first or early, have something left at the top of the stretch to be able to pass any horse that's in front of them.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm about to put on the Kentucky. Well, they got the prep for the races. You know what? May the 4th be with you. I'm leaving on Star Wars. But let's get back to these studs and these colts on the field. How do we feel about, and Q, you made a very good point that there's a lot of young, solid receivers.
Yep.
How do we feel about the receiving core on certain teams? Off the top of your head, Q, who do you think, and Jerry, same thing to you, but I'm going to start with Q. Who do you think currently, with young talent and older talent, has the best receiving room right now?
I think the Raiders are in the top 3 with the addition of Michael Gallup.
I forgot Michael Gallup signed with them, but it's just him and freaking Devontae.
Jacoby Myers is, come on, bro.
Oh, you're right.
Jacoby Myers is a stud, bro.
Okay. But, okay, top 3. Who are the other 2? Well, who's your quarterback? Sullivan. But I asked for receiver room. So okay.
I would have to go with Miami.
Okay.
And then Cincinnati with even with that guy holding out. Those are my top 3.
I know who their third receiver is. But okay. JT, who are your top 3?
Oh, I'm thinking. I've been thinking. Let me see now. We go to the AMC. Go to.
I changed my mind.
Okay, well, he's thinking. What did you change your mind on?
I would take Cincinnati out, and I would add the Rams.
Puka, Cooper, and who's the third receiver?
That dude that used to play for Kansas City. I mean, not Kansas City. The what's it called? That Florida team.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's what
that receiver. He used to play for Jacksonville.
That's
he plays with the Rams now.
Yeah.
Who is it? It's not Calvin Ridley.
No, when they first got Trevor Lawrence. I can't think of his name right now. Starts with a J. Or his last name starts with a J, whatever.
Chark? Well, because Chark is now with somebody else. DJ Chark didn't sign with
No, it's Robinson. What's his name? Robinson.
Ooh.
Oh,
you know who it is?
Yeah,
Robinson.
But he
might have played for Kansas City.
He plays with. I know who you're talking about. He played with Kansas City for like a small period of time. I know you're talking about. Okay, all right. I mean, that's your choice.
I can't think of his name.
All right,
okay.
JT.
Okay, you guys are going. I know you guys are going to say no way. I'm going to go to the Eagles. I'm going to go to the Eagles. AJ Brown.
Okay.
Devontae Smith. And you guys probably never heard of this guy, or you have, and you don't think he's that good, but I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Aeneas Smith out of Texas A&M.
Aeneas Smith.
Yep, 5'10", 200 pounds, out of Texas Tech.
Man, that's
A&M, I'm
wrong.
sorry. Probably never heard of him. That's okay. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it's each his own. I mean,
That dog is snoring loud, bro.
he is, but at least he ain't barking like yours. Anyway, leave Stud alone. So mine is going to surprise both of you, because you were like, "Really, Vic? Now, really, Vic?"
As long as you don't say Washington, bro.
Don't even come close to Washington.
I know.
Stop.
Excuse me.
Stop.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
So I didn't say a word. But look at you two. Look at you two.
I didn't make a homer pick. I didn't come close to make a homer.
I didn't even make a pick.
I didn't make a homer pick neither, bro. That's a good receiving group in Vegas, bro.
I didn't even make a pick yet. You both are criticizing.
Go ahead.
Jerry, you think I made a homer pick?
No. You started off, but then you changed your mind, which is fine.
No, he kept the Raiders in there. He took Cincinnati.
I kept the Raiders in there.
But as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted and misjudged and miscategorized.
Oh, here we go. He's getting He's getting in his feelings.
I want an apology. I want an apology for.
Oh, stop! You getting on your feelings? Just say what you want to say.
Well, I'm going to say it if you guys, stop projecting on me. My number one receiving core, Kansas City.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
You tripping, bro.
No, I'm not.
That guy hasn't even played one down in the NFL, and you're going to already put them as the top your best receiving core? Come on.
I like Hollywood Brown. I like I'm including Travis Kelce in there as far as one of the receivers.
No, you can't do that.
He's a receiver.
He ain't no damn blocking tight end.
No, he's not. He's a receiver.
You said a receiving court.
I did.
You said receiving court.
I did.
I still put him there. You know why? Because of Rashee Rice, and you got Xavier Worthy, and you got Marquise Hollywood Brown.
That's where I was going. Rashee Rice, if he plays, hopefully he does, but I doubt it. But Rashee Rice, I like Worthy in that mix with those two.
You think who's the number one receiver in Kansas City?
Oh, it's going to be, well, again, like you said, I can't use Travis Kelce, but he would be the number one. But
we're not talking about
wide receiver. Most likely, it's going to be Rashee Rice. And
you think he's better than Devontae?
Listen what I'm saying, bro. I do love the Raiders. What you said, I bumped one team and put the Raiders in there at number 3. I did, but I don't like their quarterback.
That's the key. That's the key.
I know.
We're just talking receivers, bro. We're not talking quarterback.
And that's why I can agree with you, Q, because not Parker. Jacoby Myers, Gallup, and Adams is a tough threesome. All three of them got hands. All three of them run good routes. All three of them are reliable. I cannot debate that. But I like the Chiefs receiving core better because they have 3 different outstanding talents. Marquise is in between the two, right? Rashee Rice is that big body dude that's going to catch the ball and get you your 50-50s. Worthy, and if I could add Travis Kelce, I would, but I can't, so I'm gonna let that go. I think when you look at the makeup of that team, They have a damn good one. But I love what you're saying. I got Miami at number 2 with the addition of Odell. But yeah, I gotta agree that the Raiders probably have the third best or one of the best wide receiver rooms in the NFL. It's just the freaking quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Also like Atlanta's. I definitely like Atlanta's. You got, but again, that's including the tight end, which I shouldn't.
Well,
But-
we could include our tight end too, both of them.
Well, again, that wasn't what I stated. And, you point that out is a good thing. But yeah, the Raiders have a wealth of talent. But that's where I'm going to go with mine.
I already tell you my conspiracy theory of what I haven't told you my conspiracy theory of what's going to happen, right?
By all means, go ahead.
The Raiders are going to be like 1 or 2 games out of the playoffs, like halfway through the season, and then Tom Brady's going to join them, and he's going to play for the Raiders.
Well, you know what? I'll put it this way. If the NFL says he cannot have ownership of the Raiders, I can see that happening. When are they supposed to make that decision, by the way?
Before the season starts, supposedly.
So if that literally does happen, Q, I think that could be a reason why they didn't draft a quarterback. I really think so.
Yeah.
I think that would literally make a lot of sense.
Look at that offense he would go walk into.
Hell yeah. He already knows Jacoby Myers. He has a dominant freaking wide receiver in Adams, right? And
He loves tight ends.
Yeah, and 2 tight ends and Gallup. That's the same offense, bro.
Yeah.
Same freaking offense. And Rasheed White, not Rasheed White. Well, what's the running back?
Samir White.
Samir White. He's perfect for what he does because he's like Kevin Falk. He can run the rock better than Kevin Falk, but he also catches the ball. So, conspiracy theory or not, if the NFL says, Tom, no, you can't, I can see him doing 1 or 2 years. 1 to 2 years. JT's all in the horses. Look at him. He doesn't say, no, don't care about the show no more. He's into the horses.
I'm here. I'm listening to you.
Brother,
What you think of my conspiracy theory, Jerry?
he wasn't paying attention to that.
I didn't pay attention.
told
I'm
you.
sorry.
Repeat it for him, Q.
I said that halfway through the season, the Raiders are going to be like 1 or 2 games out of a playoff spot, and Tom Brady's going to come back and join the Raiders.
Ain't happening. Ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Well, if the NFL says, no, you can't buy it, you can't be a part of the ownership.
I think that to me that would be a detriment to the team, because yeah, for the simple reason he's 40-something years old. He hasn't taken a snap last season. Didn't take 1 snap last season. And
Not an in-game snap. We don't know how many snaps that man done took.
He hasn't taken an in-game snap last season. So you expect him to come right off the bench like a Joe Flacco and expect to perform at a high level?
Yeah.
You think he can't? You think
If Joe Flacco can do it, why you don't think Tom Brady can do it?
Let me put it this way. And I know you guys probably going to say, you're crazy.
You crazy. Let me say it before you even say it.
Joe Flacco has a better arm than Tom Brady. Better arm. He's got a stronger arm than Tom Brady.
Decision making, he doesn't have better decision making.
I said he had the stronger arm.
No, I got you.
Okay, how many touchdowns of over like 50 yards did Joe Flacco throw? None. It doesn't matter. You don't need a strong arm like that.
Let me put it this way.
You gotta be up here, bro.
Tom Brady is 40-something years old, and the last team he played for catered to what Tom Brady does the best. Okay, you think mid-season that team is going to be able to adjust? It's going to take.
Here's what I'll tell you, JT and Q.
Okay. Okay.
I'll tell you this. I like the theory possible, but it also speaks to me as to why hasn't Jimmy Garoppolo been released yet? We know he has a 2-game suspension.
Oh, because they had to wait. They had to wait till the date.
Yeah.
Which is when?
After June 1st or something like that, right?
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was going to put that out there that if they come out, struggling, Jimmy G can manage the game. He might not be the best, but he can manage it.
Jimmy G, no. That team has lost faith in Jimmy G. That's why he's on the back burner and ready to get released. The players and the management and the coaching staff have lost faith in Jimmy G. He causes too many turnovers at the most inopportune time. Jimmy G ain't the answer, and they realize that. That's why he's in the position he's in.
Okay. Well, I would love to see, a top flight quarterback with those receivers and the organization. I really would.
I'm surprised they didn't jump up or try to jump up to grab one of the receivers. I can't believe
they might have it. So the rumor that I got was, and it was from Mark Dominic on SiriusXM, that the Raiders, Cleveland, like you said, they would try. Raiders, Cleveland, and somebody else tried to move up in the draft in the first round. Washington tried to move back into the first round after their pick. But people were asking way too much for it. There were 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks.
Mm-hmm.
There were, I believe, 7 or 8 offensive tackles taken as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's 14. 14 out of 32 players were either a quarterback or offensive tackle.
Doesn't surprise me.
I got
Offense is the way to go. Doesn't surprise me.
No, I mean, true. But the fact that this draft had that much perceived talent at those 2 positions alone, that's crazy. And that's why I think it costs so much for teams to get into the first round or move up. You know what I mean? Only team I believe that successfully moved up in the first round was Minnesota. And that was only 1 spot. Right? Yeah. All the other teams either dropped back. Well, Buffalo dropped back to let somebody up. I forget who it was. And Detroit dropped back to let somebody up. But my thought process is this. Q, what do you think the Raiders should have and could have given up to move ahead of Minnesota and Denver, or at least Denver?
I would have gave up this year's number 1 and next year's number 1. That's about it. I wouldn't have done 3 first rounders, just 2. I would have done 2 and maybe like a middle pick, But I wouldn't have gone 3 first rounders, and that's what they were asking for, 3 first round picks in 3 consecutive years
because of the quarterbacks and the tackles.
Yeah.
But next year, I don't think it's going to be that much because you don't have. Okay, you got Shedeur Sanders coming out as a top quarterback, and we don't know who else might show up this year.
They got that guy coming out of Georgia. He's going to come out supposedly.
I don't think he's that good of a talent to be
Carson Beck.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good of a talent to be the number 1 overall pick.
Damn.
Or the top 5.
Damn.
What happened, Jerry?
We missed. We must have missed.
I'm not even gonna say it. And I'm not even gonna say it. Whatever.
Say it.
Shit happens. I mean, sorry. Stuff happens.
What happened, JT?
What channel is it on?
JT?
Huh?
What happened?
A horse I thought was going to win did win. He was 4-1, which is the $10 horse. And I didn't play him. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. It happens. Stuff happens.
So you
Didn't
thought
play.
he was going to win, but you didn't play him.
And he was one of the leading riders in the nation.
You thought? Wait a minute. Let me get this right.
I don't get that.
You said the horse you thought was gonna win won, but you didn't bet him to win, even though you thought he was gonna win.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't want to put my money on it because I wasn't committed to him. I thought he was going to win, but I wasn't as committed.
I don't understand that logic either, Q.
Wait a minute. All right, you think Kyler's team is going to win it? Okay.
No.
If I think a team is going to win, I'm going to bet that team.
This is an analogy.
Okay.
You have a tepid feeling of a college football team that's going to win, but you're not sure of it, so you really don't want to make the bet because the fact is you don't want to lose your money. So you don't make the bet. If it happens, okay, you learn from it, you move on. We can't win them all. Let me put it this way. And they got 13 races today? They got 13 races today. And it's not
so this wasn't for the one we're talking about. This was a different race.
Different race, yeah. Different race.
Oh, I thought this was
that race.
The Kentucky Derby doesn't start till like 11:30, something like that.
It's 6:57 today, so that would be 3:57 your time.
Oh,
so that's when the Kentucky Derby goes on.
That's what our ticket is for. The 6:57.
Yeah. So the
3:57 your way.
Yeah.
I was like, because you was like,
no,
hey, Jerry must put a bankroll down.
No.
Jerry,
yes.
Let me tell you this, Jerry.
Yeah.
So if I like a team to win, I'm gonna bet that team to win.
Okay.
And then if I lose my money, oh well.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna bet a team that I don't think is gonna win.
I understand. Hey, everybody has their own way. Okay. Everyone has their own way. And my way is I've been doing this 30 plus years. I don't like to lose.
Nobody likes to lose.
Nobody likes to lose, JT.
Okay, I don't like to lose. So
you're telling me that every bet you make, you win?
No.
Exactly.
No, but I didn't feel convinced of this horse. I didn't feel I gotta feel
convicted.
Yeah. Plus,
you didn't have the conviction, but you had the thought that it was going to win.
I had a feeling because he's on the best jockey. The best jockey doesn't always win the race, and this time he did. So it is what it gets. Somebody who best jockeys probably picked up whatever bet they made. It was $10 for a $2 bet. So whatever.
Okay. Well, I'll put it this way, young man. And I'm gonna call you young because you're about to hit the big 7-0.
Woo woo! You gonna party like a rock star, Jerry?
You're gonna be asleep by 4.
Oh no.
Anyway, I'm because it's gonna talk about the receivers. Even though, and it plays. Even though we may have our own opinions on Odell Beckham.
Why
don't call him Bell for whatever?
I don't know.
Just call him Odell, bro. Everybody knows who Odell is.
Yeah.
OBJ is easy.
OBJ. Even though people have their concerns about OBJ, even though they have concerns about Chase Claypool, and I don't think anybody was checking for DJ Chark. Because that's who you're talking about, Q. DJ Chark, who was in.
No, that's not who I was talking about. I was talking about Robinson.
Okay. Yeah, but he was with the Steelers now.
No, he's with the
He
Rams.
went to the Rams, and the Rams traded him to Pittsburgh.
No, he's still with the Rams.
No, he's not.
Who?
Robinson.
Robinson.
DeMarcus Robinson is with the Rams.
I know. That's what I'm trying to tell this guy right here.
DeMarcus. I'm thinking about the other Robinson that was
I tell you, DeMarcus Robinson, he played for Jacksonville also.
No, you're right.
I was right. I just couldn't remember his name.
You're right. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm always
we
right.
have our own opinions about these receivers, but the favorites to do something are Tyler Boyd, Hunter Renfrow, Michael Thomas. I'm not counting Vontez Scantling because that.
What the heck is going on with you, man? You all right?
What do you mean?
Well, you're having trouble pronouncing names. You all right?
I forgot the brothers. Okay, leave me alone.
I'm just asking. I'm just curious, concerned about you. That's all.
You're gonna make me hurt you.
Why? I'm just concerned about you. You're having trouble pronouncing your words. I'm just asking.
Okay. The point is,
It might be that jersey you're wearing, bro. All of a sudden you're supporting the Commanders.
I
All of a
always
sudden.
support my team.
Yeah, right. And every
Always.
other jersey you wear.
No. Listen.
No. That'll never. You can never have a good explanation for that, bro.
I can support my team and wear a different jersey.
Nah.
I'm not rooting for those teams
Negative.
on Sunday. I'm not rooting for those teams on Sunday unless I got a fantasy player. But anyway, the point being, these receivers are so used to being frontliners or in the spotlight that we now have to consider, has the mantle been passed? That's my question. Has the mantle been passed, fellas? I don't care who answers first.
Yes, it has.
Okay, I expect a little more than that, but JT,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, man. Repeat the question.
he is so into the horses right now.
All he said, hey Jerry,
anonymous.
all he said is, has the mantle been passed? And I said, yes, it has. And then he's like, I want more. Like, what? You asked the question and I answered it.
You did, but I was expecting a little more than just that. But JT wasn't even paying attention.
What mantle from where to who?
Today's not the day.
Q, he can never talk about us.
Oh, I know.
Ever
I know.
because this is wild. This
He's
is wild.
not even hearing anything we're saying.
Not one word. This is why he was late coming to the show, too. Oh my God. I said the question was, like Q discussed, the young wide receiver talent. Has the mantle been passed in the realm of wide receiver?
No.
Okay, you say no. Q says yes. Why do you say no?
I say no because they're rookie wide receivers. You don't know what they're going to do. The book is still out of them. This book, the collective book is still out of them. One has an outstanding year, doesn't cover all of them. But you got all these wide receivers that were picked early. You got to see how they do as a collective. You're going to judge them on a collective of veteran wide receivers that are in the league now. Then you got to be fair and judge them as a collective, not one or two, but the collective of the rookie wide receivers. Has it been an outstanding class that's going to surpass what's already in the league, or are they going to be disappointing? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you want me to elaborate a little bit more, the reason I say yes is because, in my opinion, there's only 5 a handful of receivers who are actual game changers, like 5, 6 receivers who are actual game changers. Everybody else, they all do the same thing and they all do it well.
Yeah.
Plus,
So-
you got these guys who are younger, faster, stronger coming up. And I'm not talking about the handful of receivers that are superstar receivers. I'm talking about the rest of the league that are just receivers. I think these rookies coming up, they do the same thing that they do.
Well, you got to wait and see if they're going to live up to the hype. I mean, they've been hyped saying that this is one of the strongest rookie receiving classes ever. Well, let's see what happens. We don't know that.
Well-
you get one, 2, or less than 3 or 3. That doesn't cover the whole class. That you got how many wide receivers are in the NFL right now? Okay, that are outstanding wide receivers. So you got to be able to cover the same amount of rookie wide receivers coming into the league with the same amount of established wide receivers that are in the league, and see if that amount and that amount surpass what's in the league right now. If they don't, then they don't live up to the
No,
hype.
because I'm not talking about the superstar receivers. I'm talking about every other receiver that's in the league.
Oh,
The number 2s and the number 3s. The number
Okay.
2s and number 3s on each team.
Well, that's what
They're
I'm talking about. You got to see if any of these wide receivers, they're rookie, they're unproven. They did it on the college level, but they're playing a mismatch of pro DBs and what do you consider just college DBs.
Okay,
Now-
so how can you make that, Jerry? How can you make that statement and then say that Philadelphia has one of the best receiving corps when you included that rookie receiver and he hasn't even played it down in the NFL?
Well, look who he's got. He's got AJ Brown, which is no slouch, and Devontae Smith. 2 out of the 3 wide receivers are strong in my opinion, and they're going to bring that. They're going to bring that pup along. Now, I could be wrong, but he's unproven. You're right, he's unproven. But the 2 wide receivers are proven. Those 2 wide receivers are strong.
Okay, but I was talking about 3 wide receivers to your 2.
Okay, I'm just saying. That is a strong receiving team.
That same applies to Victor's pick, Kansas City. If you're going to go by what Jerry just said right now, Xavier Worthy, he's unproven.
That's
Right.
true.
But Rasheed
That is
Rice
true.
and Marquise Brown are not.
Yeah. That's my point.
Okay, but Devontae Adams is better than the number 1 receiver in Kansas City. Jacoby Myers is just the same as Marquise Brown, if not better.
Yeah, look. That's why I said you changed my mind about the Raiders receiving core. Jacoby Myers, PPR machine. Devontae Adams, the god or guy. I should say.
I'd have to see how much improvement the quarterback position in the Raiders before I can make that assessment.
No, you're right. But we're just talking about pure talent in the receiving core, and that's what I was saying.
Okay.
The receivers are they passing the torch because
Not yet.
talent level is getting better as some of our favorites are fading away and out.
Well, that's the great thing about the show. We each have an opinion.
That is so true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about NBA action. The Lakers fired Darvin Ham. Was it really Darvin Ham? The Dallas Mavericks eliminate the Clippers. The Big 3? No, it's just Big Me. Clippers, is it time to blow them up already? And a lot more. Stick and stay with me, Mr. FSP, along with JT and Q-Dog. We'll be back.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in going on that trip, just drop a little message. Drop a little message. Send you the link. Use that code and go enjoy Egypt. With that being said, JT,
Yes, sir.
let's talk about these NBA playoffs. I know Q's watched a little bit.
A lot of it.
Well, I know I didn't want to just say you were like into it like I am. We know JT isn't, but that's why I'm gonna go to him first.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Barely, but I'm listening.
There must be a break in the race right now.
It must be. It must be. But I wanted to tell you. Well, I want to ask the question. Everybody is siding on Darvin Ham as not being the problem with the Lakers. And saying it's LeBron, it's the front office, it's this, that, and the third. The coaches, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, and whoever else have been the fall guy for the lack of winning that the Lakers have had. They won the championship in the bubble in 2020, but ever since have been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Last year, they made it to the conference finals. I mean, the
conference finals.
Western Conference Finals, and eliminated. And this year, eliminated in the first round. LeBron has gotten one title since he's been in LA, and that was during COVID. The interseason tournament they won, but does that really count as a championship? Who's to blame? JT, and then I know Q got a lot to say about his Lakers.
Who's to blame? Really? They just got beat.
Hey, one thing. Inside information. For fierceness will be scratched.
What?
Fierceness will be scratched.
Where'd you see that at?
On one of my things, in an update. Repole is steadfast, is not scratching fierceness. He's going to run it, appears. The hoof foot is not deemed as serious as Forte.
Lies. All lies.
Veterinarians. So fierceness is the favorite, has a foot issue.
Okay.
And the latest update.
All lies, you said?
The latest update. I didn't say that. The handicappers have correctly predicted 4 of the last 5 Kentucky Derby races. It's an unheard of performance, including last year's trifecta wager, which paid an astounding $982 to 1. Who wins in 2024 Derby? Well, I got to go to this one site to get the information. I'm not paying for it, but they Moonshot. Let me go back.
Moonshot.
No, it said which massive long shot could win it all, and which moonshot will crack the trifecta. They're saying Moonshot will be in the trifecta.
Moonshot. I'm trying to see where the heck Moonshot. There's no Moonshot in this race.
Well, that's what they're saying, bro. Anyway, go back to the Raider thing.
To the basketball thing. Come on, guys. Let's get it together here.
The Lakers. I got a notification and it had me just.
Well, let me put it this way. I don't think if anybody, they got beat by a better team. That team has the Lakers in the last, 13, 14 games have only won one game out of that match? Come on, man. Who's the better team? Really?
Denver obviously is the better team.
Yeah. Well, they got beat by a better team. It's nobody's fault. They're going to blame it on somebody. When I see it, Darvin Ham may not be too far from being a coach there, but okay, they're going to put the blame on somebody.
He already was fired.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this: they put the blame on somebody. But if you run that back with the same team, and they go up against Denver, they're going to lose again because they're not a better team. Plain and simple. I don't care who the heck the coach is. It could be the coach from Miami for all I care. They got beat by better talent, plain and simple. And let me put it, if they were better, maybe they're competitive. They give them a scare, but because they have closers at the end of the game. I'm talking about Denver. At the end of the game, they got better closers. That's why over the season and the postseason that they've had the Lakers number. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Keep it 100.
Okay. Before I let you jump on your team, Q, so would you say, since it's not the coach's fault, is it the front office for getting the lack of talent, or is it LeBron and that whole he's running the show for real and the Lakers are open to getting Bronny James, even though Bronny damn sure ain't an NBA player at this point in time?
Man, I don't know. Unless they get a big four, they got four guys that are legit. They ain't getting past Denver. They got three or 2.5 or whatever, and they didn't get past Denver. They ain't getting past Denver unless they get an additional piece. And that's only a maybe, because getting an additional piece, look at what happened to the Suns. Getting an additional piece don't guarantee you nothing.
That is true. Q, I'm going to give you the same question, but I'm also going to ask you something I put on my Facebook page. And I thought they should have lost that first game after they beat the Warriors, right? They had another play-in game to decide if they were going to play the number 1 seed or or where they ended up going. Along with what I asked, do you think it would have been better for them to have lost that game and had to play the OKC Thunder and that weak bracket, or land where they did and end up having, if they would have won, I mean, they ended up playing Denver. It's a murderer's row in that part. Denver or the Timberwolves. That's murderer's row. What are your thoughts, Q?
Well, I'm gonna answer that question first. Like, I don't think there's no way you can actually lose a game on purpose to try to play another team, because you have another game that you would have to play, and anything can happen in a one game, bro. Anything can happen. Like, LeBron could have twisted his ankle, AD could have hurt his knee, something, and you only have one shot at it and you're done, right? So I don't think that's ever a way to go.
No. That one game was when they beat the Warriors. After they beat the Warriors.
They had to win the first game against the Pelicans. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
You know, so, if they would have lost that game on purpose, then they would have gone down.
So,
and then if you lose that game on purpose and you would have played the Warriors, you never know what could happen in one game. Steph Curry could have gone out for like 60 points that day. Like, that's why I don't think you could ever play that way. That, let's lose this game on purpose, because it's a bad thing to do as an athlete, right? To play like that, you can't ever play like that. So that's my opinion on that. And on the Lakers, ultimately, I blame the players, bro. I blame the players because they're the ones that are playing. Not so much. I know everybody's hating on LeBron and stuff and everything, but the guy is 39 years old, bro. 21 years in the league, and you're asking him to play like if he was 20 years old, 21 years old? Come on. And he still dominated, even at his old age. Yep. The people that I'm blaming, D'Angelo Russell, bro. Choke job, straight choke job. Every time, choke job. Austin Reeves, bro. You get paid all that big money? I don't care. You got to show up. You want to be considered a star? You got to show up. He got like a $45 million contract.
He did.
You gotta play, man. You gotta play. Like, all these role players, they didn't do much. Like,
they didn't have many role players, dude. Darvin Ham didn't play a lot of them either because they don't have any good ones.
Let me put it this way: I think I saw a stat. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, and maybe with another game, but they got outscored, what, 50-10 or something like that?
The bench players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Like
Really?
honestly,
They got better talent. That's
honestly, Denver doesn't even have good bench players, anyways. Neither, and they still did a better job. That's what I'm saying. That's why I blame it on the players, bro. Like, I blame it on the players because at the end of the day, you gotta. I mean, you gotta man up and try to do something.
Yeah,
but
sure.
also, I'm okay with Darvin Ham being fired because to me, he's not a good coach, bro. No strategy whatsoever. He never. Every time Denver was going on runs, he would not call timeout, try to stop momentum, anything to change the game. He never tried nothing different. He just let it ride. Right? And I mean, yeah, you got LeBron and all that, but at the end of the day, you're the coach, man. You got to make those calls.
So when
every time Denver made a big comeback, bro, he wouldn't do nothing to change it.
No, I'm not saying that.
I was so mad. Call timeout, do something different.
Okay. So when we look at the style, I'm not saying don't say I'm saying this. I'm not saying he has the same coaching style as Phil Jackson. But Phil Jackson did the same thing.
Phil Jackson, bro.
The Lakers had those spells where they were just getting outplayed. He didn't call timeout until it was maybe 15 points down.
He let him play through it.
Yeah. And Darvin Ham did very much a similar thing.
Yeah, but what works for the goose doesn't work for the gander.
I can agree. But I would also say because LeBron has so much control or star power, the fact that they don't have a bench, Jerry said the big four, right? Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, AD, who stays hurt, and LeBron are their big four. Austin Reeves was inconsistent. So was D'Angelo Russell.
That's what I'm saying.
But AD got hurt every other play. LeBron, he tried to take it over, but you're going against Joker. Now, don't sleep because the Nuggets, Murray, he was playing hurt too. He was playing super hurt. I think it was even one game that he didn't even play.
No, he played every game.
He did?
Yeah,
Okay.
he only got hurt the second to last game, and it was like the last minute of the game. So mostly game 5. He was a little bit hurt, but not too bad.
Well, the fact that they was considering not letting him play, that's pretty difficult for me to say, okay, well, the Nuggets are that much better. Now, Porter and Caldwell Pope and Joker and Murray, that's their big four. But they've got some good players on the bench as well, role players, but I don't think they're deep enough to beat the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves or OKC are going to win the NBA championship, one or the other. I don't like what's going on in the East. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's transition to the other team in LA, the Clippers. Harden, Paul George, Westbrook. Who's their fourth person? Oh my gosh. I've got their fourth person.
Russell Westbrook. Did you say
I
that?
I said Westbrook.
Paul George.
I said George. Is George, Westbrook, Harden, and who's their fourth big name?
That's it. They got Norman Powell.
And the center, Vol. I can't remember how to pronounce his name.
He's not.
Well, he's part of their big four, right? He gets boards and he blocks shots and he runs the floor. So
Did you say Kawhi Leonard?
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. Thank you. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi has not played in the playoffs in the last 2 years for the Clippers. So, is it time to blow this team up already? They got Harden last year? But is it time to say, Paul George, you got paid. Westbrook has been paid. Kawhi got paid, but you ain't been doing nothing. What they're going to do? What are the Clippers going to do? Because rumor is they want the head coach in LA. The Lakers want the Clippers head coach. Talk to me. You in LA.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Tyronn Lue's gonna stay as the Clipper head coach. That owner, Ballmer, he's gonna pay him way more than the Lakers can afford to pay him. Okay? Just because the Lakers as a franchise are one of the most historic franchises, the most popular ones, the owner of the Lakers is still one of the poorest owners in the whole NBA.
And the fact is this: the Clippers organization and LA Lakers, oil and water. They're treated like a redhead stepchild. I'm talking about the Clippers, and they're not going to do something to make their hometown team better. Come on, really? No, they're not going. They won't let that happen. They ain't going. No, they won't let that happen. They're not. They don't like each other.
Okay, so with that being said, go ahead, Q.
I'm sorry. I just want to know why I can't get my thoughts in without being interrupted.
That's your boy Jerry doing it.
You too.
Okay, go
I was talking about the Lakers and you stopped me halfway through my rant.
Finish talking about the Lakers and then the Clippers and finish.
No, I'm done now. Go ahead, Jerry. I'm good.
I'm good too. Go ahead.
I need y'all to tell me should they blow up the Clippers or not. That's what I was asking.
Well, I started and then Jerry just like bum rushed me like in the middle of my sentence.
I'm sorry, Q. I thought you were done because you had.
That's all right, bro. I forgive you because it's your birthday.
Tomorrow.
It's your birthday weekend, bro.
It's my birthday weekend. Okay. You're right. You're
all
right.
Well, mine comes up in 2 weeks. Remember that.
Who cares?
You mean who cares? I'm gonna do a show on my birthday.
Okay, so am I.
Okay.
Tomorrow, and
you keep interrupting Q. I asked Q a question. Keep interrupting him.
Go ahead.
I'm already done with my answer.
I said, should they blow up the Clippers? Did you say?
Oh, yes? Of course they should, but they won't. They won't because they're moving into a brand new arena next year. It's already built.
Oh, really?
It's grand opening next year, and they need big names. So they're not going to blow it up, although they should.
So they're going to have their own building?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, they're going to play in Hollywood. I mean, in Inglewood, where the Lakers used to have the Forum.
Oh, okay.
They built a brand new arena right next to SoFi.
Okay. All right. JT, what are your thoughts on the Clippers?
I don't think they should blow them up. I think the only team I think they should blow them up is still in the West. But I think the Clippers, they
talk about stealing money from go ahead.
I think.
Go ahead, Jerry. I'm just messing with you.
No problem, man. If you have an issue, if you have something to say, just whatever. It doesn't make a difference. I'm easy. I would think no. I don't think they should blow them up. I think they have enough talent to be competitive. The problem is the big three in Phoenix do not. If they get swept and they got the big three sitting there, come on, man. It's time to show some other young bloods a chance in that team.
Because, hey, bro, Jerry, what year are you in? They already got swept.
Yeah,
I know that. I know they got swept. I think they got swept, so it's the time to break up that sunset. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to break.
I thought you said if they get swept.
No, they are. I know they got swept. 4-0. Hello. So What can I say?
But he's saying you didn't sound like
You said if they get
yeah,
swept.
you said if they get swept.
Well, let me put it this way: they got swept. If they got swept, and they did, I'll say it that way. If they got swept, and they did, it's time to break them up because obviously they weren't competitive enough in the series. They didn't get a chance to win one game, and they got pretty much.
Well, they did have a chance. They just didn't do it.
I mean, they're just like another team that's in the East that doesn't play smart when they need to be.
James Jones, general manager from Phoenix, came out and said a day after that they're bringing the whole team to get back. That they're not blowing nothing up.
Yeah, they're trying to save face. Let me put it that way.
The word on the street, because I think you're talking about Philly, JT, but the word on the street.
I'm not talking about Philly.
He's talking about Milwaukee.
I'm talking about exactly. I'm talking about Milwaukee. I told my wife, I've watched
Gary, me and you, bro, we here.
When I've watched Milwaukee,
oh my gosh,
last year and this year, they are not a smart team. They do dumb things at the worst time.
I agree with you. So here's my question: just because somebody didn't like the head coach, they put Doc in, and Doc proceeds to have one of the worst records.
That was like one of the dumbest moves ever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they thought they were getting, but Doc's not.
Doc Rivers, #1 overrated head coach ever.
Yep.
Just because he won one title with the Celtics. Come on.
He's not the one. Doc is not the one.
So
he's not. Don't even try to defend him, Vic. He's no good.
I didn't say I was going to defend him.
You know that you're going to try to defend him.
No, all I was going to say was I was thinking about the Bucks, but you're absolutely right. They get Damian Lillard, who doesn't really like Milwaukee by all reports. The Freak didn't play, but one game?
He's always getting hurt. He's always getting hurt. He's always getting hurt.
I don't know if blowing that up is a good idea, but word is, and you said it, that the Phoenix general manager had said he's bringing everybody back, but at the same time, I'm thinking Booker wants to go play with the Knicks, and Brunson. I like that idea, but who are the Knicks giving back to Phoenix if that were to happen? I don't know, but a team that, in my opinion, probably needs to be, it's already blown up, but needs to be rebuilt are the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he played as best he could.
He's always getting hurt too.
Yes. Maxey is a very good player. But when Kyle Lowry is your second leading scorer, not Tobias Harris, not, Maxey or whatever, there's a problem on that team. And I look at Boston.
Yeah.
Boston are supposed to be the favorites to come out of the East, and they probably will. But the Knicks are giving them a run for their money in the conference championship. Boston has its problems as well. 1 minute they're smoking hot, the next minute they're cold as ice. That's why I said I believe.
You're already calling the Knicks to beat the Pacers?
Don't discount the Pacers, man.
I'm not discounting the Pacers.
You just said the Knicks are going to give them a hard time in the finals.
Yes, but I'm not discounting the Pacers. I haven't gotten out about the Pacers yet.
The Pacers are a bunch of young guns that don't care who you are.
That's true. That's
Jerry,
true. But what they're doing is
Jerry,
the Pacers.
What's up, Q?
If I tell you, Jerry, if I tell you that the Knicks are gonna give Boston a hard time in the finals, that means I'm already assuming that the Knicks are gonna beat the Pacers, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I finish my thought? Can I finish my thought? Stay down there. Anyway, what I was saying was, and I'll expound on the Pacers, Knicks, but let me get back to this. The 1 and 2 seeds, in my opinion, are going to have a clash in the conference because I believe Boston, they're built right now to win now, but Porzingis, he'll get injured again. He's not built to bang inside. He's not.
I don't think he
Porzingis is playing. He got a little nicked up, but I think they have to wait one more game or something like that so they can play their series. But they are a decent team from time to time. But they have all these lulls in games where they let teams come back and beat them for no reason. So I don't think they're going to be consistent enough. Now, the Pacers and Knicks. The Pacers are a young gun team. I like Halliburton. I like Siakam on the team. But what I noticed is if you run them like they were just in the last series, Pacers, they slow down a little bit. And they get tired. Think about this. Boston's going to play the winner between Cleveland and Orlando. Those have been some very good matchups. That series is going to the 7-game series. Neither one of those teams are equipped right now to beat Boston. But Cleveland, when healthy, all their stars or starters are healthy, they got a good shot. But I think it'll beat Boston. The Pacers, they can't seem to string together a dominant stretch. Believe it or not, Miami without Butler, I believe, would have beat the Pacers. I think they would have if that was the matchup. The Pacers can shoot outside, but their inside presence is not there. And that's where I think you get the mismatch versus the Knicks. And the Knicks will dominate inside, penetrating as well as big men. My thoughts are there. JT, you are in that area, so I'm going to go with you first and then go to Q. Knicks, Pacers. The East.
I like the Knicks, man. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. I like the Knicks. The Knicks are, in my opinion, I watched a few games, and they're a scrappy team. They know how to, except for the game 4, except for game 4, where they threw a bad pass, know how to finish. No, they know how to finish in close games. And a coach is the experienced coach. He knows how to get him in the right spot and the right mindset to finish the game. They play hell of a defense. They play hell of a defense in that series, and I expect them to do the same, even though they got younger and quicker young guns in Indianapolis.
Okay. Q.
I honestly think the Pacers are the better team here. They have the better team, the better starting 5. But where the problem I see is in this matchup is the only way Indiana can win this matchup is they play fast, up tempo the whole time.
Yep.
Okay. And New York is going to slow it down a lot, and they're going to bully them. And that's the problem with Indiana. They get bullied a lot.
Yep.
Once they get bullied, man, they just lose it. And I think that's the way that New York is going to attack them. So I think New York's going to win this series. But if the Pacers had a shot, it would have to be if they just played up-tempo the whole time, because they got way better offensive weapons than the Knicks, other than Jalen Brunson. You know, I don't like any other offensive weapon on the Knicks other than Branson. You know, I just think the other guys, they get like hot for a game and that's it, but they're not consistent. But the Pacers, they can score, man. They can score with the best of them, but the problem is they get bullied a lot, and they will get bullied this series.
That's what I was saying. Big, you know, down low, the big guys, stuff like that. So with this all out there, Q, who do you have in the finals? JT, who do you have in the finals?
Ooh, too early to tell.
I have Denver and Boston.
Okay. JT, you said it's too early to tell?
Too early to tell. Anything can happen in this series. Major player can get hurt. I can't pick it right now.
Well, I mean, that's if everything stays chalk when nobody getting hurt or nothing. I think Denver will beat Minnesota because of the Game 7 in Denver.
Ooh.
I knew you were going to shake your head. I knew you were going to shake your head, but it's my opinion.
No, yeah, it is. And I mean, I just disagree with it, but
they got some.
Like,
they got
the
some
problem. The problem is, with the Denver Minnesota series, I think Denver is going to let Edwards score whatever he wants. They're just going to shut down everybody else.
they're not going to shut down Cat. They're not shutting down Cat, bro.
They're not shutting down who?
Cat. So it's going. I mean, I agree with you that they're not going to be able to stop Anthony Edwards. They're not going to be able to stop him. So I see the battle between Cat and Joker epic. Joker might win that battle, but it's going to depend on what Murray can add and Porter can add to the mix, because Conley, I know Rudy Gobert is not an offensive weapon. We know this. But defensively, he can stop some people. But Conley, our boy Anthony Edwards, Cat, and I forgot old boy's name real quick.
If you weren't my friend, I wouldn't mind taking your money, but I don't want to take your money, bro. So I'm gonna leave it alone.
Wow.
Hey, Q.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
After the show, we're gonna talk anyway.
I'm gonna leave it alone. No, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah,
you can leave it alone. But I'm
1-800
telling you,
Anonymous.
I know you ain't talking Mr. Horse Racist.
1-800 Gamblers Anonymous.
Because you're gambling on the daggone horses.
live on the show. Live on the show.
I know, live on the show. He got like 18 races he watching. And
at least we do it. At least we do it outside the show. You're like doing it while we're on the show.
Yeah, he's not even paying attention.
You guys,
like 3 times you had to bring up the subject again.
You guys go ahead and talk. I'm watching something.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Q, I would love your money because I'm going to take it. And I've got the Timberwolves in that series. Anyway, we're going to take one more quick break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show with parting shots or thoughts from both Q and JT, and then it's me, Mr. FSP.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
All right, we're back, and Q isn't back yet, and JT's watching the horse races. What is going on today, gentlemen? What is going on today? Final thoughts, Q. What do you got? It can be on any topic you want.
I just want to say that every time I let you guys speak, I'm the one who goes less into subjects and stuff and everything. And a couple of times that I really want to go into depth on something, I get interrupted by both of you guys. That was my parting shot.
Okay. I will mute us the next time.
No, because it's rare. That's only rare. But I'm not a man of many words like you two. You guys are super professionals. But every once in a while, I have this one topic that I just want to get off my dome. And today I got interrupted constantly.
I apologize. I don't know about JT. He doesn't look like he apologizes at all. But
I'm sorry, Q. I apologize. I no problem.
Jay can barely look this way.
I know, he didn't even look. Okay, Jerry, we know you're watching the daggone horse races. Can you please give us your parting shot?
Tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. We'll be talking about fantasy football. I promised you I was going to talk about the draft and what players landed in an ideal spot. That's what I'm going to do. 10 a.m. Eastern Time. For no reason, fantasy football. You see it behind me. I'm going to celebrate my 70th birthday on here with whoever listens or whoever joins it. Okay?
All right. I'm thankful for your 70 years. It's a big milestone, a big milestone.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you for making it this far in life, growing up in the time that you grew up and experiencing things you've experienced. It's a testament. I mean, I'm not joking about that. So he ain't even paying attention, Q. Freaking
you're like pouring your heart and soul out to him. He's like go.
Please, no Christmas. I am so done with this man on any horse races. If the Preakness, Kentucky Derby, or anything else comes up, we know JT's not going to be focused on the show. We know that.
I never want to hear a word, Jerry, about when we talk about.
Huh?
Yeah. Never, ever use that 1-800 number again.
1-800.
Anyway,
it was anonymous.
Thank you, folks, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Topic is going to be mostly NBA. Oh, it's show's almost over, so I'm not going to bring it back up. I want to talk about Caitlin's WNBA debut yesterday. I know it was a preseason game, but it was still a damn good performance by her. And in Chicago, the Twin Towers did well. One left the game, had low numbers, but
if you want some gambling advice for the first 2 weeks of the WNBA, bet the overs because the numbers aren't going to be adjusted yet. And this year they're going to score a lot more in the WNBA. So bet the overs.
There you go. You heard it there from Q. Well, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Again, talking more NBA action. And if there's any major movement in the NFL, we'll talk about that too. But we're focused on basketball and baseball coming real soon. With that being said, and JT looking off at his horses, we're
Let's
out.
go.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. You want to talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
Remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Oh!
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games